Good morning. It's Seacrest. It's Sissy and everybody. And
Yeah.
Tyler Henry, Hollywood Medium, is here.
Thank you for having me. I'm happy to be here.
It's
Wonderful
good to
meet
see you again, brother.
Yes.
So, hey, first, for those who don't understand or know, tell us what is your expertise?
Sure. Well, I am a clairvoyant medium. So a medium is someone who has the ability to communicate with people who've passed away.
Uh-huh.
And as a clairvoyant, I primarily receive information visually. So I get images, visions. We'll get quick little flashes of information that I'll deliver to my clients, and they'll validate it as being correct.
And by the way, you should know, this guy has remarkable connections and stories and things that he's accomplished and done. Some of the stuff you hear about, you can't believe it, but then you see the reaction on people's faces, and you do. But Tyler, like when I go to bed at night and I close my eyes, I start thinking things and I see things, and it's just voice. If you're seeing images all the time of people from the past, how do you sleep?
It can be tricky. I think for me, one of the big challenges in life is kind of discerning between my own thoughts and feelings and then impressions that I'm getting actually from the other side.
How do you draw that line?
It
How
can
do
be
you know?
tricky. You know, it's been 10 years. I first discovered my ability when I was 10 years old, and well, actually now 12 years. And it's just been 12 years of kind of adjusting to that lifestyle of having to navigate feeling things that aren't my feelings, and then trying to navigate and feel the difference.
Now, when you were 10 or 12 and you
10,
tried to tell a family member that this was your calling,
Right.
did they think you were loony?
Well, you know, it happened in the weirdest way. Growing up, I grew up in a real conservative Christian household. We didn't talk about spirits or mediums or anything like that. And when I was 10 years old, I actually woke up one night and knew that my grandmother was going to die. And I just woke up, and it felt like it had already happened. It felt like recollecting a memory that had already occurred. And I went into the room to try to tell my mom, and I was like, "Mom, I don't know why." I was crying. I was upset. And as I was telling my mom this, her phone rang. And when she picked up the phone, it was the news that my grandmother had just died. And it came from my dad, who was calling my mom. So that whole instance changed everything. But, you know, when that happens to you at 10 years old, you don't call that a gift or an ability. It's just something that happens to you.
Right.
So
Yeah.
it took time.
Well, I mean, that's chilling almost.
Yeah.
When you think of a story that you can tell us about a connection that was extra remarkable, what comes to mind?
Well, first, you know, really the Alan Thicke reading. I don't know if you saw that one, but that one comes to mind. In season 2, I read Alan Thicke and his wife, Tanya. And as I was sitting across from him, I brought through various loved ones, and he was really skeptical. Some interesting things came through, but he just was kind of on the fence initially. And then as I started connecting with his grandfather, all these details started coming in, and a loved one came through and told him that he had to keep in mind his heart and that he needed to get this checked immediately, and that this was something he needed to do ASAP. And he looked at me and said, "Oh, very funny, Dr. Tyler." And
Oh my
unfortunately, Alan
gosh.
passed away of a sudden heart attack about 3 months later.
But I can't believe he said, like, he was just
Wow.
chuckling along with you about it. And then that was, so was that a strong, like, was there something really strong that you felt and saw?
Absolutely. And this loved one that came through actually had an undiagnosed issue that they died of. And this loved one I was communicating with was in his family and may have even died of the same condition Alan ended up passing away from. This loved one was coming through and saying, "Don't be stubborn like I was. Don't be stubborn like I was." And he ended up passing away.
Tyler, is this a blessing or a curse that you have this gift?
Well, you know, in many ways, it's immensely gratifying to be able to help people.
Yes.
You know, I only use the Alan example because it's pretty extraordinary and in that it was really validating. But this is really about helping people move forward. And even with medical information, when it comes through, it's about bringing awareness to our health and, you know, stopping things before they become a problem and going to the doctor and getting things checked.
So it doesn't weigh on you.
Right. I wouldn't say
It
so.
doesn't.
Yeah.
Okay. You have great hair as well.
Oh, shucks.
So
Thank you.
I was just thinking he has, I don't know if it's a natural color or not, but that's,
I love it. Seacrest approved.
yeah, it's good hair. It's good hair.
Thank you.
We're going to come back with Tyler Henry. Season 3 of Hollywood Medium with Tyler premieres next Wednesday, 8 Central on E! And we are going to give away a reading that we'll set up with you in the future with Tyler. So if you want that, 800-520-1027. It's Kiss FM. Hang on. 1027 Kiss FM, LA's #1 hit music station. Rolling up on 7. We've got Orion's Roses coming up at 7:40 this morning. Tyler Henry's done, this will be his 3rd season on E! As the Hollywood Medium. I was reminded when I started to think about you coming in when you were with LaToya Jackson,
Right.
speaking to Michael Jackson.
Oh, my God. That's surreal. Yes.
Tell us about that.
Yeah, so that was season 3. LaToya Jackson opened the door, and my jaw dropped, and I knew exactly who she was intending to hear from. But that presents a unique challenge because everybody knows who Michael Jackson is.
Yeah.
So as a medium, the reason why I never want to know who I'm reading or where I'm going is to avoid that thing from happening. But obviously I knew who LaToya was, knew who Michael was. So that for me meant that when I did the reading, I had to pick up on information that wasn't public. It's hard to pick up on information that's private about the most known person in the world. But there were details that came through that were very specific, very personal, and helped really convey the timeline of his passing, because that was actually a mystery to the Jackson family. So it really
How
helped.
did she react?
She was really surprised. I think it's probably, I would imagine, a very overwhelming, kind of immersive experience. But she got the closure and kind of understanding the technicalities of what led up to his passing, who was around, who wasn't, that kind of thing. And some answers got cleared up that I think really helped her put that to rest. So.
Now, so this is connecting with people from the past. Can you do anything in the future?
Well, it's a great question. You know, primarily what I focus on revolves around connecting with energy, and that can oftentimes revolve around the past. But I often find that if information does come through about a person's personal life in the here and the now, sometimes it can be oriented towards the present and the future. Sometimes I'll pick up on like a trajectory of where something's going in a person's life.
Yeah.
And I think intuitive people can kind of, when they interact with people, gauge the trajectory of certain things.
Turn to your right.
Yeah.
There's an experiment there. Is Tanya there?
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah, right there. No, not to the wall. To
I'm
Tanya.
like, yes.
It's more of a 2 o'clock.
I don't
Look
know
at
if you,
that.
I don't know if
2
you
o'clock.
if you feel. I didn't put you on the spot, but she thinks
love it.
she's about to be 31. She thinks
31.
it's going to be her peak year, and
Peak year.
we're all hoping for that. Maybe you. I don't know. Maybe
know,
you see things.
Well, I think 33 is going to be a good year.
Sorry,
not
Tanya.
Not the 31's not, but 33 is kind of coming in, and
Wow.
they're showing me weirdly. This is weird. This is coming in. They're showing me 2 intersecting lines, and then 33 keeps coming in. And when they do that, usually means like things coming together, like 2 big things meeting. Whoop! Look at that. I'm gonna take out the microphone. But yeah, for some reason, like career and love, and I'm seeing 33, and it's like a cross, and it keeps coming in. So good to keep in mind.
That's so exciting.
How long are our contracts? Because I want to be here for
Yeah.
We'll have to see. Stay tuned.
this. Well, there's good news, Tanya.
Look at that.
Yeah,
Look at
that is really cool.
Give
And
me
a T,
post.
wait, the cross?
I'm seeing a cross.
That
The
could
intersection of.
be
Intersection.
T, like a T for Tanya and T for Tim.
You know, I think it's more of an intersection.
Yeah, I think it's the intersection of 2 things, Tanya. Don't argue with the Hollywood medium.
Nope.
You can't formulate your own images. He has to.
Do you see other images right now from just everybody else in the room?
You know,
Do
for,
they?
for me, it's something that's kind of like a time and a place. And I've really kind of, in order to live my life and be able to not go crazy,
Yeah.
I've kind of made it kind of similar to like therapy. I kind of consider it to be like a form of therapy and a form of healing. And you wouldn't interact with someone on the street and like drop a therapy session on them,
Yeah,
to a
right.
complete stranger.
But do you find that people, when you're at dinner, they always want you to do like you?
Yeah.
Absolutely. And
I
there's times where sometimes even I'm going to be like, want to be off the clock, and
Yeah.
something will come through and it's pressing and I just have to say it, and then it'll come in, and then it's like,
Wow.
but that usually requires like interacting with the person.
So
for a
there's
while,
nothing pressing right now.
Nothing pressing. Just
Okay.
just the interview questions.
All
Just the
Right,
good
good.
questions. Yeah, that's it.
Exactly.
Just very. We're trying to come up with good stuff. Denise, you're on with us and Tyler Henry. How are you, Denise?
I am good. How are you?
Hi, Denise. Doing great.
So, Denise, you are interested. You're actually the right caller, but you're interested in a reading with Tyler?
I am very much so.
Okay, good. Well, anything, we won't do it now, but just give us 12 seconds of tell us about yourself.
Oh, my gosh.
But don't tell me too much. Don't
don't tell him
Don't
now.
tell me anything about the person.
Can't hear.
No, no, no,
Okay,
no,
then.
negative. We'll set it up later. I don't want
Don't
to hear
tell
anything
us.
about you. I
Matter of fact-
can't wait to meet you.
Denise, tell us about your neighbor.
Yes.
My neighbor, has 2 dogs that were just rescued by my husband.
Oh,
Look at
good.
that.
We're getting close to you now. Okay,
I love it.
that's good news. And your husband sounds like a great guy, but we're not going to say that in front of Tyler. All right, Denise, hang on. We'll set you up with a reading in the future with Tyler Henry, okay?
Awesome.
All right, sounds great.
Can't wait. See you, Denise.
Bye. Hang on one second. Well, good luck with the new season, man. That's exciting.
Thank you, Ryan. I'm really excited. I think it's going to be really awesome.
Good. Well,
Yeah.
keep it up with all your clients. And by the way, his clients aren't just celebrities. This is what he does.
Yes.
Wednesdays, 9, 8 Central. You can see it all happen on E! Thanks for coming in, man.
Well, thank you, Ryan. I appreciate it. Thank you, everyone.
You got it.